Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to the Be the CEO of Your Life show with Yvonne of Amazing Self Coaching. And here in this show, we make business growth easier. We share strategies and insights to help you double your business while reducing your working hours. Plus, you'll hear from industry experts like we have today who review how you can scale your business with focus and freedom. So get ready to work smart, earn more, and live better. And I'm very excited because today we have a very special guest, Heather. Heather, please can you introduce yourself?
Hi, Yvonne. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone out there in our digital community. My name is Heather A. Kollar. I am the founder and managing partner of two companies, the Heather A. Kollar Agency, as well as H2O Cleanse. And we're going to be making some great announcements about one of my signature programs today.
All right. So I'm very excited to have you here, and especially if you watched the Be the CEO live show last week where we all spoke about goal setting, because this is really the period of goal setting. It's the period where people look back on the past year and already are thinking about what's coming up. And you have some very powerful techniques, Heather, that are really helpful in that respect. Can you talk to me a bit about that? And I refer to Simone Bao as well, and I know that is something you work with. So talk to us a bit about what tools you have, and then what great event is coming up.
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, there's a saying that I think we all can relate to, that what we think about most is what we actually manifest, what we actualize in our life, right? What we think about most. And I like to take that a little further and say it's what we're actually visioning. It's the vision that we hold for our life day in and day out that really creates our reality. And right now, I think we all can agree we are living in a time where everything and everyone is fighting for our attention. They're fighting, we have all these different entities, powers, worries, fears, fighting for our attention, fighting to create our behavior. And so, our signature event, I'm so proud, I'm so thankful. We're in our seventh year. We are today on Yvonne's show launching our seventh annual Vision Me event. So, it's visionme2025.com. And in this event, over the years, we've worked with exceptionally successful people who have somehow come to a roadblock in their life, some kind of frustration, some kind of challenge, some type of fogginess where they know they're successful, but there's something that they're still yearning. There's someone they're still yearning to be. There's something they're still looking to achieve. And so, in our Vision Me experience, what we do is we help people to get a what we're calling this year the diamond cut experience. We're talking about crystal clear clarity, and that's only going to help in good people. That is only going to help happen when we're intentional about it. So, this is all about taking the best practices we have, carving out some significant time, right? I think your future means the world to you. I hope it does. And really being intentional about crafting the vision and learning how to actually hold this vision no matter what happens.
Yeah. So I want to take a deeper dive, but I know I don't want to save that to last. I know you have something amazing for the people watching today, because today is the day that you're launching it, right? Can
Yes,
you
I
tell us more
held out to
into
this
that?
call. Yes, yes,
So
yes.
so you're launching it, and but there's only one special thing that's only today, because I want to show it, and then I want to take a deeper
Yes.
dive.
Yes, absolutely. So today, for all of our audiences, we have a special launch day registration code. It's called Life 75, LIFE 75, which is actually going to get you two things. It's going to get you 75% off for being an early active member, and it's also going to get you an instant VIP upgrade bonus. And what that means is that when we have our event, our first event is happening December 29th, excuse me, look, I'm already in January. And December 29th, the Sunday right before Thanksgiving, the Sunday right before New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And we're going to make sure everybody is ready to launch themselves. You're going to walk into the new year clear. This is not about resolutions. Let's be clear about that. This is about really changing your life permanently, getting hold of some tools that really work. Yes. So the two announcements are, if you go to visionme2025.com, take a look. If you feel like this program is for you, if you're someone who feels overwhelmed right now, if it's too much noise in the world, if you're feeling anxious like you've never felt before, levels of uncertainty, whatever it may be, this may be the right program for you. And if it is, you have a wonderful discount and upgrade that's waiting for you.
Yeah, I love that. So talk to me, because I know you referred to some.
Simone Biles Rising.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. And I think that's something that we could all use, but especially business owners are. It's an untapped resource that I really want to share.
It's so important. So I love studying champions, right? I consider myself a champion. I love studying champions because most people look at champions and think that they're these special creatures. And for the most part, there's some natural talents that many champions have, but most of it is work.
Mhm.
Most of it is not only the physical work, the active work, the outward work that we all have to do to succeed in life. When we don't feel like it, right? This is a big part of it, but it's also the internal work. And so I've studied Olympians many times, but I was watching recently the Netflix show Simone Biles Rising. And I was just like, Dad, she said it. This is when we all remember back in 2020 when she had to leave the Paris Olympics because of mental health. And I dare say a lot of us are dealing with mental health challenges, just trying to live in this world today. So she left. And when she came back, I'm sorry, that was the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. Let me get my facts straight. When she came back to Paris in 2024, right before she was getting ready to perform for the all around gold, right? She was nervous, she was anxious. And she said to the audience, to the camera, she said, you know what? I've done my therapy and I've been doing my visualizations. I know I've got this. I'm not going to fail again. And we all know she went on to not only claim all around gold, but two more golds and a silver. And so that just really struck me. And actually, active visualization is something that Olympians practice all the time. And we take a really deep dive into active visualization during our immersive experience because it is a very practical, effective tool that I use and many others use every single day. That just changes. It changes the trajectory of your life. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, what I really love about it is, and of course Simone is a great example, and all the sports people are great examples. But for me, it's not just sports. I really feel
Oh,
like we as business owners can and should take it on more, because what we often forget, and I think that's the easy part, right? The action is the easy part. Oh, I've set a goal. Now this is what I need to do. So I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna promote. I'm doing all these things, like physical things. But like you said, if you do not pay attention to what's going on here, there always comes a nasty email or a nasty remark or a prospect that says no, or you're just having a bad day. And you need to train your mind to be, resilient enough to cope with that. And one of the best ways, in my experience, is to really have that vision. And if you have a great goal, you have a vision. To really have that vision and to already start imagining that vision coming through. Because the more you start envisioning that vision coming through, I've personally experienced that. I thought, you know what, if I want to achieve that, and I can already almost touch it, so vividly was it in my mind. I actually need to do something else right now. What I'm doing right now is not
mm-hmm.
enough to get me there. So for me, it was really a way to also, change things up, do some things for a higher level. But I know to have the vision, all of a sudden things start to click in place. You
Things
may.
start to click in place not only in our own minds, but in the world that we live in, right?
Yes.
There Albert Einstein is one of my all-time favorites. He was obviously brilliant. He was quirky. He was sometimes not well understood. And when people asked him, if you could only do one thing for the rest of your life, what would you do? He would say, I would spend all my time imagining. And this is someone who was not, you know, he was a very solid, practical, science driven person, right? He gave us the most incredible, you know E equals MC squared. Like, he gave us the most incredible physics, like, equations that
Yeah.
make our world work. But he said he would spend his time in imagination, and there's big reason for that, you know um and the one of the biggest things, right, that we focus on is helping people to make decisions that profit their vision, right?
Mhm.
Because I was listening to someone who I love to listen to this weekend and yesterday, and they said, the average person, and most people that I work with are not average, but the
Mhm.
average person makes about 7,000 decisions a day.
Yeah.
This goes from just waking up, right? If when you open your eyes, do you wake up or do you go back to sleep? Whether
Yeah.
you wake up with an alarm or not. Do you, it was so funny. He says some people wash up, but they don't really bathe, right? That's a decision.
Yeah.
Um, so, how are you going to make the decisions that profit your vision when you're most likely distracted? We live in a very distracted world. And
Yes.
so we have to be very intentional and build up habits to overcome these things. And so if this is making sense to you, right? If you're someone who's like, I know I'm frustrated with myself because I know I'm better than this. I don't know why I can't sit down and read a book anymore, right? I don't know why I start to work on something and now I feel like I have ADHD. It's not by accident. This is something that we living in 2024, moving into 2025, are experiencing as a people living during this time, byproduct of all of the technology we have. We're being conditioned to only want information in, 15, 30-second bites. But is that really profitable to our vision?
Hmm.
Is it? We all have there's a place for social media. I run a digital marketing agency. I get it. But we have to build within ourselves. We have to know first the tools and the practices, and then we need to build the habits and also surround ourselves with people who are going to be supportive and understanding of building these new type of lifestyles that most people are not going to be readily, they're not going to be able to really acknowledge why we're doing it. We may be the quirky ones now, right? Because there's a power that we have to take back for our lives, and that usually comes with some type of conflict, right? We're not talking about war or anything like that, but there's some type of conflict that you're going to have to go through, whether it's with friends, yourselves, your family, your kids, your spouses, your boss, the people who work with you. There's going to be a shift in you that's going to be noticeable, but it is definitely going to profit your vision. So we're
Yes.
super excited about VisionMe 2025. We were completely sold out last year. This year, it is a virtual immersive experience. We want to serve more people. We want to spend more time with you and really go deeper. Yvonne, you were there last year. You were there.
Yes.
You presented
Yes.
last year. What was one of the biggest takeaways that you have from the event?
Well, I recall what I really liked was that the event was frequented by quite successful people, people that were, had built up businesses. Some were ready to exit and they were, looking to sell it because they were so successful that they had people lined up to buy it. And I must be honest, they, at, I you can't say anything about impressions, right? But at first glance, they were very sturdy business people, like
Right.
running brick and mortar businesses. And I was like, oh wow, and they're at a Vision Me event. So that was already the first, bias that I had. And then what really pleasantly surprised me was that they said, okay, but this is not the first time I'm here. I'm a frequent flyer. I come here all the time. And I was like,
Right.
okay, that's even more interesting, right? And then what they told me, which was like really, they said, oh, but you see the car outside that I drive now? You see this watch? And it wasn't like a shabby watch, right? It was like, okay, yeah, it started here. Not this
Yes.
time, but the previous time. I had this vision that I would be driving that car, that I would be having this watch, and
Right.
that, and I thought, wow, okay, so this is so impactful. And for me, don't get me wrong, it's not about the car, it's not about the watch. If you want it, that's fine.
Right.
But
Right.
what
Everybody's different.
yeah, that's the thing. But what they told me, what I found very inspiring on top of everything else, was that they said, I was at a certain point in my career, in my business, and I knew I wanted to grow, right? I knew I wanted to expand my business. And with the expansion, I also knew that I would be different, because going
Different.
there, I would behave different, I would dress different, I would drive a different car and have a different
Yes.
watch. So
Yes.
for them, the car and the watch, they were nice, clearly, but what it represented it and what they achieved by getting that car was a certain level of business growth. And
Yes.
that's what I really like. I like the fact that they were successful people still doing this, not once, but several times. They materialized what they had envisioned. And what I like mostly is that they thought about, okay, so I have a vision for myself, I have a vision
Uh-huh.
for my business where I'm more successful than I'm currently at. They thought about what does that
Look
version.
like. What does
Yes.
it look like? What does your vision look like? And that's the key to it all, because if we don't have a vision, a clear vision, right? It's like not knowing where you're going. And
Yes.
so it may not turn out bad, right? If you're a quality person and you're working and you're doing productive things in life, your life may not turn out bad. But what kind of vision could you actually use to create your life? And what we found is that most people don't even dare to create the vision because they don't know how they're going to get there. And
True.
that's the worst thing that you can do, because you will never get there if you don't create the vision.
Yeah.
And we do nothing on our own. We do nothing on our own, right? So we always, every single person on this planet always needs help from one source or another. And so, energy is very real. And so when we step into something, when we hold a vision and then we actually believe the vision, and like you said, Yvonne, we become the person we need to become to embody the vision, the world moves, people move, right? To make this happen. And now all of a sudden you're on a totally different path.
Yeah.
And so the biggest thing I encourage people to do is, if there's someone inside of you who needs to get out of you and become you, you need to step into this person that you cherish and you hold, and this person is real. We invite you to partake in Vision Me 2025, because there are enough people who have gone through our program, who have gone through our immersive events, who have manifested, who have testimonials about everything that they have experienced, achieved, and who they have become. There's enough there for you to say, let me do this. There's enough proof in the pudding, like my grandma used to say, right? There's enough proof that's out there. And you're going to meet wonderful people. We only attract a certain type of person. And so not only are these, kind, successful people, but they're also people who like to build community and who like to give and grow together. So this is something that we all need. This is something that we all need.
Yeah, I
And we
agree.
talked about the 2 bonuses. You know, these really are not going to be around forever. We have the Life 75. This is our launch day discount for everyone who enrolls today. Life 75, you will get 75% off of the ticket, and you will also get an automatic bonus VIP upgrade. So do not delay, right? We are going to be closing the doors. We're rushing into 2025. For everyone who enrolls, we are going to start early. So you'll start to get a benefit and a value and preparation tips right away. And why would you let your life wait any longer, right? There's no more time to wait. We only do this around the new year because that's how most people think. But these
Yes,
practices are things that we do all day, every day, all
yes,
day, every day, right? And when you work with us, these are things that you're going to start to do all day, every day. So why wait? Start now. It's your life. Take advantage of what we're dishing out, what we're cooking up, and what we're offering, and you're going to love it. That's all I can say.
I love that. All right. So I think we're going to wrap it up because it's all said and done. I
It's
really,
all
really
said and
encourage
done.
you. I encourage you to come and join the Vision Me event. It's honestly, it's amazing. I've been there. I've seen the experiences and I've seen the results. So I really encourage you to be here. Heather, thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show
you so
today.
much. Absolutely. Anyone can DM me on LinkedIn. You can reach me there. I'm sure Yvonne will send me a message if you send her a message. So
Yes, for
thank you
sure.
all, everyone. Yvonne, I appreciate you from the top of my heart.
All right. Okay.
Have a
And thank
fantastic
you.
day.
Thank you for joining us on the Be the CEO of Your Life show. If you're a
Yes.
coach, business owner, and you're looking to double your business while working less, let's connect. My Freedom Accelerator program is here to guarantee growth without the grind. Connect with me here or on my website, www.amaze-yourself.com, to discover how we can take your business to the next level. See you next time, same place, same time. Bye.